Hamilton was, of course, not content with just his tariff package and a great state paper on manufacturing. He was a man of action. He was a guy in a hurry. And he was determined to jumpstart manufacturing in the new United States and prove that it would revolutionize the nation's economy. To do that, Hamilton decided to create a new industrial city for our nation. But where? Hamilton thought back to that waterfall. He knew the raw power of the Great Falls could spin the blades of turbines and water wheels. So 14 days after the picnic, Hamilton chose the Great Falls as the place to begin implementing his ambitious manufacturing plan. And he announced to Congress and the world that he would found the city of Paterson as the world's first city, planned from the start to stimulate manufacturing and innovation. Hamilton's ideas for Paterson required an extraordinary urban designer, someone who thought big like Hamilton did, who could combine important economic, engineering, and political ideas about America on the canvas in the form of a plan to harness the power of an entire river rushing toward a big drop at the Great Falls. And Hamilton knew from the Revolutionary War, the one man in America, a civil engineer, an architect, a visionary city planner, who really fit this job description perfectly, Pierre L'Enfant. And that man suddenly became available for a new assignment because he had just been fired from the job of planning Washington, D.C. We're fortunate to have here the leading historian on L'Enfant's work in Paterson, also known as the President Emerita of the American Academy in Rome, Adele Chatfield Taylor. So what Hamilton planned and launched in Paterson had no precedent anywhere in America. Ron Chernow called Paterson the city of the future. Recognizing the high startup costs of constructing and powering a factory, Hamilton created New Jersey's first corporation, the Society for the Establishment of Useful Manufactures, S.U.M. He wrote its charter to give it broad powers to stimulate manufacturing. This brings us actually to the second myth I want to debunk right now, right here. And that is the myth that so many historians continued for over 2 centuries. Hamilton's S.U.M. and plan for Paterson was a failure. Now to the facts. True to Hamilton's vision, people in Paterson would invent and produce goods that would make America stronger and forever change our relationship with the world. See, Hamilton designed the S.U.M. as a new type of business entity, a permanent one with broad powers that would allow it to grow and change over time. As Hamilton predicted, the S.U.M. did lose money in its early years. And for some reason, so many of the historians just stopped with the early years and didn't look at what happened thereon. But it really became very successful after 1800. We actually have one of the leading historians on that, Glenn Corbett, in the audience today too. Was booming during the War of 1812 and would continue to do what Hamilton envisioned until the city bought all of its stock at the end of World War II. And even today, you can go to the falls, there is a 1914 hydroelectric facility at the falls, operating and producing 12,000 kilowatts per hour of clean, renewable energy. That's almost enough to light 30% of the homes in a densely settled city like Paterson. And though the city bought the stock at the end of World War II, S.U.M, as part of the city, continues to operate this power plant and continues to collect rents on the property around it, just as Hamilton envisioned the S.U.M would do. So let's look at some of the products of Paterson. The first hydropower system, the first manufactured sailcloth for every ship in the American Navy, the first Colt revolvers, the first submarines. Paterson made more locomotives than any city in the nation, and more silk than any city in the world. The first aircraft engine to fly a man across the Atlantic, more World War II aircraft engines than any city, including the engines for the Enola Gay that would drop the atomic bomb over Hiroshima. Paterson's products transformed American life and our relationship with the world. Other cities began emulating Paterson's industrial success. Not a bad outcome for a picnic in New Jersey.